Hello and welcome back to the 30-Day Guitar Challenge. My name is Bernadette and I'm a certified music teacher here to help you on your journey of becoming a musician or growing with the guitar. Today we are learning basic chords. So let's get started. In one of our first lessons, I asked you to memorize your string names. That is going to be crucial today because I'm going to refer to the string names when you're pressing something. So let's learn how to play the first chord on our printable. It's absolutely free. Grab it down below. Okay, so first chord is going to be A. I'm going to use fingers middle, ring, and pinky for this. That's because the pinky is smaller, which means I can use these three fingers to squeeze into a smaller space. And they're going to be on the second frets of strings D, G, and B. Now I'm going to strum downwards. Ah, beautiful sound, right? Now if you're getting this, listen. That means that your fingers are flat. Look up. Your fingers are flat. I don't want this. I don't want this. I want this. There we go. So curve those fingers and make sure that you're only pressing that string that you're supposed to be on. A really good way to test if you're doing this correctly, look up, is to look down the fretboard as you're holding the chord, and that's going to tell you right away whether you're holding that position correctly or whether your fingers are like holding the other strings. Okay, so let's go to the next chord because we have a lot to learn today. The next one is A minor. So we still have the middle and the ring in the same position, but now we have the index finger in the first fret or on the first fret of B string. So that's a little bit of a difference right there. And when you're using these chords, make sure you're using the name, A minor. So don't call this one an A, call it an A minor. Now, if you go back to your A chord, the first one we did, and you lift off the ring finger, the one in the middle, you have A7. Now let's go to C chord. This is probably the chord you're going to use the most. And if you're still in that A position, your middle finger is going to stay in the same place. You're just adding ring on the third fret of A string and index finger on the first fret of B string. The middle finger is still in the same place where it was on the second fret of D. On the chord chart, you will see a little X on top of E string. That means to not play that string when you're doing that chord. Basically, what that means in music theory is that note isn't the ideal bass note. So try to strum this one from D string on. Next, let's go to D chord, and this one has two X's. So we're not going to use E string, we're not going to use A string. This looks like a triangle to me with the index on the second fret of G string, ring on the third fret of B, and middle on the second fret of E string. Make sure that you're strumming from your D string on. And again, make sure that you're checking the fingerboard like this. Look up. Make sure that you're checking and that your fingers are not flat and touching the other strings. Next, we're going to go to D minor. And this is a really fun sounding chord. I really like this chord. Just like D, you don't want to touch strings E and A. And you're going to have your middle finger on the second fret of G string, ring finger on the third fret of B string, and index finger on the first fret of E string. It should sound like this. Next we have D7. This one also looks like a triangle. This is pretty easy chord. You have your middle finger on the second fret of string G, index on the first fret of string B, and ring finger on the second fret of string E. Nice. Okay, go ahead and relax the hand. If you'd like to join a live lesson, I'm going to start doing live lessons for my Patreon community, and you can join in on those live lessons for just $5 a month. And we're going to be doing those weekly. You will also be getting extra printables and videos that I don't share anywhere else. So if you want to join there, it's on patreon.com/bernadetteteachesmusic. All right, I just wanted to give your fingers a little break and added that little commercial. So let's keep going. You only have, let me see. You only have 5 more chords to learn. We're almost there. Okay, next is G. This is another one that you're going to use a lot. So I promise if you learn this one, it'll come in really handy. We do need all the strings for this one. And you're going to lead with the middle finger on the third fret of E string, index finger on the second fret of A, and then nothing until the ring finger on E string, on your high E string. So this is a wider hand shape, right? If it doesn't come out right away, that's okay. And make sure you check your body right now. Make sure those shoulders are not creeping up, so relax those. Yeah, breathe. Make sure that your wrist, look up, make sure that your wrist is not doing this, look up. You're not like carrying the guitar. Make sure that the wrist is away. And I'm using a footstool on this leg over here. So that really helps to carry the instrument. Alrighty, we got 4 more chords to go. You're almost there. And the next 2, they're so easy to switch from. So first we have E. I'm starting with my middle finger on string A, 2nd fret. Ring finger on string D, 2nd fret. And index finger on the 1st fret of G. And you do use all these strings. Again, keep making sure that those fingers are really curved. If not, you're going to get some mutes. Listen, you're going to get some mutes, so be careful with those curved fingers. Now lift off the index finger. Lift off, but hold the rest. That's E minor. So we have E minor, E minor. Okay, give me that E again. E. Lift off the ring finger, the one on string D. Now you have E7. See, told you. So this next one is G7. I've always thought about it as an open version of C chord. So C chord's the one we learned before. This is C chord. But if I open the index finger to E string and then move the middle and ring to a string closer to my face, I have G7. That's some way that my brain processes it. So it's ring finger on the 3rd fret of E string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of string A, and nothing, 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 and then index finger on the 1st fret of high E string. And G7 and C are buddies, like you'll use them a lot together, so it's a good way to remember it. If your fingers are a little bit tender on this side, just take frequent breaks. But know that the more you practice, the harder those little tips will get, and then you won't feel so much pain when you practice. Thank you again for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Come to the next video, don't hold yourself back. The next one is actually going to feel easy compared to this one. So anytime I challenge you, I try to bring it back down for the next video. So I'll see you there. Please come. I will be looking for you. Ciao.